Hey folks, wanted to put a real quick video together to give you some guidance on how to study for and hopefully retake the quiz that maybe didn't go so well for you last week. So stick with us and we can make this work. First of all, the quiz needed you to understand what a series circuit was. This is a series circuit. Remember, in a series circuit, there's a battery and there's a variety of things. In this case, 3 light bulbs wired one right after another in series. Understanding how the electrons flow through those wires helps us understand how to find the answers to our problems. So take a moment and see if you can find the values for that should be at A and at B, the values and the unit. Take a quick look and remember that we've got 3 light bulbs, each with 10 volts. And over on the right-hand side, we've got 13 amps of current flowing through that wire. I would suggest you pause the screen, see if you can figure out the answers because they're coming up next. All right, here we go. The voltage at A is going to be 30 volts, and if you look at our notes here, the voltage from the battery is shared between the bulbs. And the current at B is going to be 13 amps because it's always the same in every wire. Let's move on to the one that caused more problems. Parallel circuits. They look scary. Don't let them scare you. We really just have 3 branches coming from the battery. And if you'll notice in the diagram, there's 15 amps of current flowing through each battery. And 3 light bulbs, each using 10 volts. There's 10 volt difference between the light bulbs. Our job is to find the voltage coming from the battery and the current at a variety of different places. Take a few seconds and find those values and the units. I'd strongly suggest you press pause and see what you can figure out. We'll give you the answers in just a second. All right, let's start with C. In a parallel circuit, as you can see from the notes, the voltage is the same across all bulbs and batteries. So if the bulbs are all 10, the battery's putting out 10 volts, much like the display we have in the classroom. Let's take a look at the current before we can figure out what's happening at D, which would be the obvious place to start. We need to remember that each branch has got 15 amps of current flowing through it. If there's 3 branches, each have 15 amps, then there must be a total current of 45 amps. So D is 45 amps. If the current from D, if you can see my pointer here, if those 45 amps flow up here, 15 of them head off to the first branch. That means by the time we get up into the area where E is, we should have 30 amps. Come up to the next branch, 15 amps. Head off to the left. That means by the time we get to F, we're down to 15 amps. Bring it all the way around. What do you know? We're still at 15 amps. Come around to the opposite side here, and we've got 15 amps here, joining the 15 amps coming down. I said ants. So at G, we should be at 30 amps. We work our way down, and by the time we get down to H, we've added 15 more amps. And we are back up to full strength at 45 amps. Now, this is where I want to point out to you that the notes that you see on the screen here are the same notes you had in front of you when you took the quiz the first time. And I'm going to let you use those same notes again. So please come in when you take a retake with the notes. If you need to add anything to it so you understand how to solve these problems, please do so. All right. Ohm's law problems. Okay, here's where people had a great time. You did a pretty darn good job with these, but let's just run through them quick. Every Ohm's law problem needs 3 steps. First step is to show the equation. We put our finger over whatever we're looking for. In this case, we're looking for resistance, so we write R equals V divided by I. I know that V divided by I equals R means the same thing. Don't do it. Always start with the variable you're solving for on the left. Then we take our known values. R equals, in this case, 20 volts divided by 5 amps. That would be given to you in the problem statement. And then we solve for R. R equals 4 ohms. And make sure you use the proper unit. It's ohms, it's not 4 Rs. This part of the test people did pretty well on, so just kind of give it a quick review and make sure you still understand how to do it. If you want to retake the quiz, there's some simple steps I want you to do. On a separate sheet of paper, make corrections, staple those corrections to the original quiz, and have a parent sign the quiz. I want parents to know that we're all in this together. When you have that and you're confident, then we'll give you a retake sometime this week. I'll have retakes ready by Tuesday. When you're ready to take the quiz, take the retake, we'll take it either in class or sometime. We'll negotiate when you're going to take the quiz. And in closing here, if you do nothing different, if you approach this thing exactly the same way that you did the first one, there's a good chance nothing's going to change. If all you do is watch this video and say, okay, now I got it, that's probably not going to be enough. I would encourage you to try some problems on your own. Look back at our notes. Do whatever you can. And if you have questions, by all means ask. I think you can do this. All right. Thanks a lot. Take care.